Welcome back to the Teclis Cast. This time I'm going to open it up. You always get to open up the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm taking this over.
Because of my show.
Oh, that's your show. Yeah, it's your house. That's true.
It's at my house. I bring the chairs and break them.
That's true. So this week we're having an elf battle. I don't think this has been seen before on the channel.
No, and this is a request from one of our patrons, actually, isn't it?
It actually is. It is.
Yeah.
Our one and only patron, our favorite person in the world, Sean. He wanted to see elves, and he wanted to see some Doc, which is an army I've been accumulating over time. I accumulated some armies, and your Lumineth.
Yep. And my Lumineth's been on the channel a couple times now.
Yeah.
Your Daughters of Khaine had...
We've never had Doc on the channel, so this will be a first.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Okay, so today I am bringing CR, still don't know how to pronounce that, but I am bringing Teclis. He knows all the spell words, so I don't have to bring a spell with him. The Cathalar, who will have Total Eclipse, and then my general is going to be my Venari Lord Regent. He will have Speed of Hish, and the Goading Arrogance, and Perfect Blade, and like I said, that is my general. I will be bringing a unit of 20 Wardens, a unit of 10 Wardens, and a unit of 20 Sentinels. Both units of Wardens will have Speed of Hish as well, and then the unit of Sentinels will have Protection of Hish, just in case Teclis gets taken out, or when Teclis gets taken out. And then I do have the Spell Portal, the Emerald Life Swarm, and then I brought the Cogs just to fill in some points. I didn't realize that I was going to beat him by 5 points exactly and get my Triumph. And I have my terrain piece as well. So that is 1,990 points.
So this week I'm giving Doc a little run. I'm bringing Draichi Ganeth with, of course, the Shadow Queen and Marathi. I then have Gladiatrix. That doesn't look right because I don't have the model, but that's what she is. She is my general, and she has the ability to rally. She's the Zealous Orator. She will rally stuff back on a 4 instead of a 6. I have a Hague Queen. She is got the artifact that lets her take 2 prayers. She'll have Catechism of Murder and Blessing of Khaine. Then I'm rounding out my list with 20 Sisters of Slaughter, 10 Sisters of Slaughter, 20 Witch Elves, 5 Heartrenders, and Khaine. I'm bringing Khaine. They call him the Avatar Khaine, but this is Khaine. He's coming, and I think he's really good, so we'll see how he does. I'm excited to try this list. It's very grindy, no bows, snakes, so I'm going to have to move across the board and actually get into combat a little bit. Maybe the Heartrenders can poke off some stuff, but it should be good. It should be fun. So we have added War Coda to our just kind of our list of battle plans to play. It's kind of like the third. We roll a D3 to determine which we're going to go off of, and War Coda is now just another part of it. So we are playing a game of heroes today. You set up in each corner 9 inches away from center point, and then the way this victory points are scored is score a victory point if you control at least 1. Score 1 victory point if you control 2 or more. Score 1 victory point if you control more objectives than your opponent. And then you score 1 victory point if you have a friendly leader from your starting army with a wound characteristic of 9 or less within 3 of an objective you control, excluding the objective that is in your territory upon setup. And then obviously you get the 2 points if you complete a battle tactic. A note for today's game, we will not be using Daughters of Khaine specific battle tactics, as our celebrity Nick discussed on the most recent episode of Warhammer Weekly. We just, right now they don't feel super fair, and with Alex not having army unique battle tactics, we just feel we should be playing off the same rules. So just make sure you listen to this when you notice I don't use any dock-specific battle tactics. So I deployed with my Shadow Queen center. I wanted to keep the distance between her and Alex's army as short as possible. I see no reason, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, I'm throwing her in as soon as possible to kind of just mess up his plan. Keeping the Avatar of Khaine close enough to the Hay Queen, which will not survive the first round of Alex's shooting, but he would give her +1 on her prayer rolls. I put all my Sisters of Slaughter off to the bottom to contest potentially the objective that's in the lower corner, my lower left-hand corner, and 20 of my Witch Elves towards that objective where Marathi, Khaine, and my Gladiatrix are sitting. I have 20 Witch Elves sitting on my objective only because Alex has got every spell in the world, and that includes a teleport.
So for my deployment, I set up my temple kind of as close as I could get it to the objective, but a little bit farther back. And then I wanted to get everything within range of Teclis's Protection of Teclis spell. I want to get my 5-up ward up as soon as possible because I'm at a wound disadvantage, so I'd like to keep my stuff around as long as I can. And then Sentinels, I just kind of clustered around the temple so I can get that free command point for all-out attack. And then kind of just pointed my Venaria Lord Regent at that nice, tasty little objective over to the left. And hopefully I can Speed of Hish my Wardens to get them over there too. And kind of... And normally I like to take first turn with Lumineth. And I think I'm going to keep that streak alive.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Good luck to you as well. So, beginning my turn 1 for my battle tactic, I am going to do Monstrous Takeover because I am contesting an objective with a monster right now that should be pretty easy for me to get, I would hope. And then I am going to attempt to get a command point from the Venaria Lord Regent. On a 4-up, and I do. Let me see those. I don't know.
I'm going to try to get a command point from my Gladiatrix. No. Just so the channel knows, this is a new dice tray. We never stop upgrading.
Beginning of the hero phase, Teclis is going to cast 4 spells. I'm going to attempt to cast Power of Hish from the unit of 10 Wardens, which I get on a 9.
And that will give them...
5s and 6s do mortals.
Sure.
So we are going to Power of Hish from the unit of Sentinels in the back, which I get on a 9.
I am going to try to stop that one. No.
Okay. So they have Power of Hish. I will attempt to Power of Hish with the unit of 20. That is an 8.
That's fine.
So I am going to use an Aether Quartz with the Venaria Lord Regent to cast an additional spell this turn. And because he is wholly within 18 of the Cathalar, I'm going to eat that -1 bravery. And I can put it on something of yours, which is not in range. So, and he will cast Speed of Hish on that unit of Wardens in front of him, which I do not get on a 3. And then he will cast Umbral Spell Portal, which is also a 3. I'm going to use the reroll from the my Shrine Luminor. I need a 5, so, and I get it on an 11.
I'm going to try to unbind that. I will not.
Okay. So they have Power of Hish from the unit of 20. That is an 8. So I am going to use the Reroll from the Shrine Luminor. I need a 5, so, and I get it on an 11. I'm going to try to unbind that. I will not. Okay.
I will not. 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 I will
Okay, so I am going to cast with Teclis for the first spell. I'll cast Protection of Teclis. With the second spell, I'm going to cast Storm of Searing White Light, which I will cast through the portal. So that is going to hit, I believe, everything they have. So we will roll for this unit right here.
Which else?
They get D6 mortals. You want me to roll the mortals right away?
Yeah, because I got to do 6 ups.
For 4?
It'll be for 6 ups. I'll take 3.
And then your general right behind him avoids anything. The Marathi for D3 for 3.
That will be her cat for round.
Then we will do the Witch Elves on your objective for D3 for 1.
So.
Well, Shadow Queen won't matter because Marathi already took 3 wounds. So we'll do Avatar of Khaine. Avoids any wounds. We will do your what's the back unit?
Sisters of Slaughter, Sisters of Slaughter. Hey,
okay, we'll do your unit of 10 sisters for D3 for 3.
3 6 ups. I'll go take 2.
We'll do your unit of 20 Sisters of Slaughter for nothing. And we will do your Hag Queen for nothing. So, all in all, not that bad.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, definitely could have been worse. We will cast Guiding Flurries onto the unit of Sentinels to give them an additional 6-inch range.
Yep.
I am going to cast Total Eclipse from...
so that's the 2
command points instead of 1. From the Cathalar, I'm going to cast Mystic Shield. Which I get on a 7. And we will put it on this unit of Sentinels right here.
Sounds good.
And then I will use Teclis's free Unbind to get rid of the portals.
Makes sense.
Okay, so I will go to my movement phase then. So I grabbed the objective with my Venari Lord Regent just to get some extra points. Kind of shuffled my wardens over a little bit to screen out my sentinels. Moved the sentinels not an inch because I cast Guiding Flurries on them, so they got that extra 6-inch range. And then just back Teclis up a little bit. So he's still on the objective, still contesting it, so I get my battle tactic, but not, flying all over the board. Okay, we'll go to shooting. The sentinels are going to shoot at your Hag Queen.
Yep.
I only have 2 heroes that I can kill easily, potentially.
She'll just be -1 to hit.
So, this is going to be 19 shots. I am going to use the free command point from the shrine to give an all-out attack to negate your -1 to hit. So, I'm looking for 4s, but realistically, 5s and 6s is what I'm shooting for here. So, not a lot of 5s and 6s. Force the wound. So you have 2 regular wounds and 5 mortals.
What's your rend?
No rend on these.
So she is a 5-up. First of 2 regular saves on 5-ups. Made them both. Now if I can just manage to pass one of these 6-ups, she will be a liver. She lives.
Exactly alive.
That's fortunate because there was a lot of ways for her to die.
There was a lot of ways. A single mortal from Teclis would have been awesome.
Yep.
Or anything. So that is all my shooting. I will score hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and my battle tactic for 5 points.
I owe you some battle shocks. I lost 3 in this unit of 20 over here. The banner in Daughters of Khaine allows me to reroll failed battle shocks. So with the 7 bravery, on a 5 or 6, I'll lose more models. I'm going to re-roll the 6 for 3. They're fine. My Sisters of Slaughter lost 2 on a 6. I could lose another one. They're fine. And then my back unit lost 1. They cannot fail.
Cool. So all in all, a pretty good turn for you.
I am not going to complain. It could have been far, far, far worse.
Yeah, for sure. I've had Storm of Searing White Light decimate an army, and I've had it like now, kill 5 models and not be that big of a deal.
Yeah, it was nice to get. I mean, whatever. It wasn't good. It got the wounds onto Marathi, so you didn't have to split shooting or anything like that. But other than that, it was a tremendous disappointment.
Okay.
In the beginning of my hero phase, the first thing I'm going to actually do is spend 2 command points to attempt to rally from my unit of Witch Elves that lost 3. Because I had Zealous Orator on my Gladiatrix, these are going to go off on 4s instead of 6s. I'm going to get 1 back. For my battle tactic this round, I am going to take aggressive expansion. I'm going to pick this and the one that currently your Venari Lord Regent is on.
Sounds good.
So I am going to try to heal my Hay Queen just to make her life more difficult. She has an 8 bravery. She'll heal D3 for 2.
Okay.
So she has 3 wounds left.
I will attempt to get a command point from the Venari Lord Regent, which I do. So I have 3 plus 1 from him.
Sure. Witch Brew is going to go on my unit of 20 Sisters of Slaughter. I'm going to roll her prayer first. She is going to give them the Blessing of Khaine. This will go off on a 2 because she's within 9 of the Avatar. Yes, they'll be able to re-roll their ward saves. We'll first try to cast the most important spell, which is Mind Razor with Draichi Ganeth. This needs an 8. It will not get it on a 7. I'm then going to attempt to cast Draichi Gane's Nuke spell, which has 36-inch range, goes off on a 7. It's going to go off on an 8.
Okay, I will attempt to deny that with the Cathalar. The Cathalar is on the shrine, but I can reroll an unbind with something with a hero within 12. So looking for a 9, and still looking for a 9, and no.
I'm gonna put it on your Sentinels. Well, let's see. Oh, 1.
Mortal Wound. Let me roll my potential 5-up. And no. So I take a Mortal Wound.
Then I'm going to attempt to cast Mystic Shield on a 7.
Okay. The Venari Lord Regent will attempt to deny that. Looking for an 8. Nope.
I will put it on the unit of Witch Elves. That'll be all for my magic phase. I will go into movement.
I am going to spend a command point to redeploy. I'm going to spend the Venari Lord Regent's free command point from the heroic action. 5 inches.
That's an impact. for my movement, I was just trying to get up on the board, try to start swamping objectives to make Alex's life difficult. I am keeping the unit of 20 sisters back, or I'm sorry, witch elves back. Maybe that should be just the 10 witch elves, but with the spells that Alex has, I don't really have a lot of faith that 10 models are going to survive. I did put the Shadow Queen in a position to potentially make a charge into Alex's wardens and just kind of mess with his deployment back there. Just really be a thorn in his side, hopefully. And then I do have some interesting charges on this objective where the witch elves are currently sitting. So Shadow Queen is actually right behind this dice, but she would roll hard render. She's going to put her one shot into the sentinels. I'm still trying to take those down as much as possible.
So I am going to take use a command point for all-out defense, and I'm also going to use one of their Aether Quartz. I will eat the -1 Ren, and or -1 Bravery, and I'll put it on the Avatar with the Cathar.
Sure. Because of them being in Shrine Company, this will be -1. It normally hits on 2. It's going to hit on a 3 here. And then it will wound on a 2. And it's -3 Ren.
-3 Ren. I will have a 5-up save on this, and then 5-up ward on anything that comes through. And we're good.
Sounds good. Into my charges. She'll roll her charge. She got an 8, which I'm pretty sure we decided was not good enough.
But you want to explain why?
Yeah, I'm going to choose not to go in. I could go into the unit of 10 wardens, but because of goading arrogance from the Venari Lord region, I would have to put my attacks into him, and I might be able to get like 1 attack in, because I think she's got a 3-inch range somewhere, but I don't know that that would be worth it. And I'd keep her alive a little longer, I guess. So we're just going to chill where she's at.
Cool.
Now into my more important charge, which is the witch elves. I will get the 7. So I have 9 going into the general. That will be 28 attacks because my leader is in, and I have 5, which would be 15 attacks going into the sentinels. Now I think you have a bunch of stuff you can do at this point, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to use 1 Aether Quartz from the Warden. They're wholly within 18 of the base of this huge terrain piece. So I will be able to take this Aether Quartz, -1 Bravery, and put it on your unit instead, which I will do gladly. And then I will spend a command point to give the Venari Lord region all-out defense.
So now everything is -1 to hit, right?
Everything is -1 to hit. Everything has +1 to save.
Normally hitting out these, this is going to be 4s and 4s. Oof, a lot of 1s there. So it's going to be 3 at -1.
Okay, so this is going to be 3 3-ups. Should I make all 3?
That's not how I wanted that attack. And then
15 attacks.
15 into the other.
And you were so
4s and 4s. So that will be 6 into.
So these are normally a 4-up save, +1 -1. 4-ups. That is killing 3 of them.
Sounds good.
I believe I'm out of range of... Yep, I'm very out of range of my Teclis buff, so we will get rid of 3 guys.
You get to do your thing.
So I pulled a little bit so I could come out of Shining Company. So the Wardens are going to go in first. They have 6 Wardens with spears and 1 with the sword. So the 6 with the spears are 12 attacks. This would normally be 3s and 4s, but because they were charged, they are going to be 3s and 3s with -1 rank. 3s. Get rid of these. And then 5s and 6s do mortals, so that's 4 mortal wounds. And 2 wounds at -1 ren.
The 2 at -1 ren will be 6s. Didn't make either, and then how many was it? 4?
It was 4 mortals.
And then I'll have 4.
I have 2 blades.
Oh, go ahead.
And then these will be 3s and 4s for nothing.
So 6 6-ups from this unit. I'm gonna make none of those. I will do 6.
Okay, and then the Venari Lord Regent. This is going to be 5 attacks with his Regent Sword. 2s and 3s, 6s just go to a mortal wound.
Okay.
2s, all hit, and 3s. That is 4 wounds at -1.
These will be 6s and then 6s. I didn't make any.
And then Horns and Claws, 3 attacks, 3s and 4s. All hit, and no wounds.
So I'm going to lose 4. Alright, so I need to take a battle shock on -1 bravery, which will take me down to 6. I did lose 10 models, so quite a few could be running here.
So with the Cathalar, I am able to roll on that. So on a 2-up, I avoid my... And there's a 2. So I avoid my battle shock and I add my 3 to your battle shock total.
Sure. So I lost 10, 13. I'm going to lose at least 7 more, so that will just be the unit. So I am going to control 1, control 2, control more, control 1 objective within 3 with a foot hero. So I will get, and I completed my battle tactics, so I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You are up by 1, sir.
Yeah. That did not go according to plan. My Witch Elf should have done, I think on average, a little bit more damage. It's going to happen though, with as many minuses to hit and pluses to save as Alex can stack. I'm looking for the double here to continue putting pressure on and hopefully making Alex's life difficult. 6er. Alright, I will take the double turn here.
I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, I've got to try to force the issue and not let you make my life any more difficult than it needs to be. I'm going to do the heroic action from Daughters of Khaine onto Morathi Khaine this turn. So I'll use Battle Fury. Add 2 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons used by that hero until the end of that turn. The heroic action does not affect the weapons used by the hero's mount. And then for my battle tactic, I will choose Savage Spearhead.
For my heroic action, I am going to try to get a command point from the Venari Lord Regent once again. And no, this time I fail. I flounder. I fall.
Into my magic. Alright, I'm going to attempt the nuke spell from Morathi. So, it's needed. It will not go off on 6. I'll attempt to do... I am going to attempt to cast Mind Razor. It will not go off. I'm going to attempt to cast Mystic Shield, which would be actually on mine, so there's no reason to do it.
Yeah.
I am going to try to roll... I'm going to put Battle Brew on the unit of 20. I'm going to try to get Catechism of Murder onto the or the Sisters of Slaughter. I will get it on a 4. Into my movement phase.
So when you make that move, I am going to attempt to redeploy for a command point.
Sure.
I'm going to redeploy the Wardens, actually, this time. It's less, but it ain't nothing.
So with my movement here, I'm trying to just really put pressure on Alex on his side of the board. Try to dwindle down as much as I can. Potentially take off as many sentinels as possible. And then make him fight his way back across the board if he wants to win. Actually, I'm going to shoot with the Heartrenders first because I don't want you pulling models to make it. So the Heartrenders have 1 attack each. So this will be a total of 6 shots. These will be 4s and 3s. 1 at -1.
Okay. This is going to be a 5-up save because of my Mystic Shield. And I don't save it. Damage?
1.
5-up ward, and I save that.
They get to move 6. Alright, so I'm going to continue shooting the Sentinels here. The Avatar of Khaine has got 6 shots. These are going to be 4s and 3s after the -1 to hit.
Yeah, I will use the free command point from the temple to give them all at defense. So they have Mystic Shield and all at defense currently.
These will be 4s.
How much damage are each of these?
Just 1. And 3s. So this will be 2 at -1.
2 at -1, which puts me on a 4-up. Save both of them.
And then Wrathy Khaine, she will hit on a 3. And wound on a 2. Or this is a Shadow Queen, I'm sorry. This will be -3 rend into them.
Okay, so I am on a 6-up with this one. And no.
D6.
Give me a small number. I don't feel a small.
6.
Alright, 5 ups. Save none of them. So that's about as good as you can get for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do some charges. I'm +1 to charge everywhere. I'm going to start with Mr. Gladiatrix. 11. Wrathy Khaine.
11. So spend a command point for Unleash Hell. I have 12 shots coming at you. And I'm just looking to ping that 3 wounds off of you. Because I am shooting at my close range profile. I am going to be hitting 1 better, but then obviously hitting 1 worse. And it's -1 round on these. So 12 shots. Hitting on 4s. 5s, doing some mortals. 3s, not doing what I want. And 1 wound at -1. So you have 1 save at -1 and then 2 mortals.
So it'll be a 5-up. And then I'll get 3 6-ups. I did make 2. I'll have taken 1 for that. I'm going to charge with the Shadow Queen. She'll get an 11. Blocked her out. Avatar of Khaine will go in. 5.
We'll get there.
Sisters of Slaughter. And 8. I'm going to keep them all. Alright, I'm going to try to roar at the wardens.
Yep.
No. I'm going to try to stomp the wardens from the avatar. Yes, D3. For 1.
5 up? No. So, who's a warden? At the beginning of the combat, I am going to declare Draichi Ganeth for Goading Arrogance. That way, you have to attack that, and you obviously can't pile all the way over there, so you'll just be kind of wasted right there. That gets rid of that heroic action, too, so the double whammy.
I'm going to go with the Gladiatrix first. Into your
Lord Regent.
Lord Regent. Gladiatrix will be -1 to hit into him. It'll be 4 attacks, 4s and 3s. No. And then she'll have 2 attacks. These will be 4s and 3s. 1 at -1.
Okay. That is going to put this on a 4-up, which I do not get.
It's just 1 damage.
Just 1 damage. I'm going to activate with these wardens first. So 9 of them will go into Avatar of Khaine, 5 of them into the Shadow Queen, and then 1 of them will be able to get into Morathi. Okay. So these are 18 attacks into the Avatar. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. These are going to be -1 with 5s and 6s doing mortals. Yeah. So I have 4 mortal wounds and 5 saves to make at -1.
Sure. These will be 5 5-ups. I made 1, so then it will be 8 5-ups. I made another 1, so he will take a total of 7.
So these 5 are going into the Shadow Queen. Three mortals. And 2 saves to make at -1, and then 3 mortals.
5-ups. And 6-ups. They'll be next.
Okay. And then there's no point into attacking into Draichi Ganeth. And then I will pile into the Gladiatrix with the Venari Lord Regent. And attack into the Gladiatrix is going to be 5 attacks, 2s and 3s. That 6 does a mortal wound. 3s to wound. So you have 2 saves to make on the Gladiatrix and 1 mortal wound.
-1.
-1 right, yeah. Sorry.
These will be 6-ups. And then damage?
It's 1 each. And then 3 attacks from the mount, 3s, and nothing.
So 3 total?
Yes.
3 6-ups. I made 2. Take 1.
Cool.
I'm going to attack next with the Shadow Queen. I'm going to spend all attack. Shadow Queen is going to put 3 attacks from the Heart Render into the Venari Lord Regent. 5 attacks into the unit of Wardens. All the Crown of Serpents into the unit of Wardens. And the Envenom Tail into the Venari Lord Regent. So first, the 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s.
Are they hitting on 2s normally?
because of all attack. Just 1 into the Venari Lord.
1 at -2. That's going to put me on a 5-up save, and I do not make it.
It's 3 damage.
3 damage takes me down to 2 left.
The 5 attacks into the Wardens. These are going to be. These are not -1 though, right?
No.
These are going to be 2s and 3s. Will be 5 at -2.
-2 puts me on a 6-up. Save none.
That will be 15 damage.
15 damage that kills him.
And then the Envenom Tail will be 1 attack. This will be 2s and 3s. Nope.
So I would be able to attack with the Sentinels and pile in a little bit farther, but you've taken your max damage from Marathi Kane, so 4 Marathi Kane, so I don't see the point in piling in any closer to it.
I'll attack with the Avatar of Kane. He will have 4 attacks. These will be -1.
Yeah, so when you choose them to be attacked, I am going to spend a command point to all out defense them because you failed your war with the Shadow Queen, and I will spend an Aether Quartz to give them +1 additional save. So they will have 1 Aether Quartz remaining, and with the Cathalar, I will put the -1 bravery onto your whatever they're called.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
My Sisters of Slaughter.
Yeah, your Sisters of Slaughter.
So the Avatar Sword is going to be 4 attacks. It's going to be 4s and 3s because of stupid rules. It will be 2 at -2.
2 at -2, so I have +2, so I'm saving this on 4s. Save both of them.
At the end of combat, I'm going to roll a d3. Your Venari Lord Regent has taken 4 wounds. If the amount of wounds plus whatever I get on this d3 is equal to his wound characteristic, he is slain. So I need to roll above a 1 or 2.
Okay.
He is slain. So I am going to score 1, 2, control more for 3. I do have a hero on 1 for 4. I complete my battle tactic for 6.
So I lost 6 Sentinels. I, on a 2-up, would save them with the Cathalar. And I don't roll a 2-up, so I have to roll this. So the bravery is 6 right now, so I am losing D6 models here. For 2. It was not an uneventful turn.
No, I mean, if I'm going to say, I'm fairly happy with how the turn went. Goading Arrogance sucked. But I was excited to get that ability from the Gladiatrix to go off. I do like just that I have a lot of pinning going on, but I do think that Alex can do work to get out of the situation he's in.
So, let's do some. So I am going to do Slay the Warlord for my battle tactic. Your Gladiatrix is just the easiest thing for me to take out. For my heroic action, I am going to attempt to get a command point from the Cathalar. On a 2-up this time because my general is dead, so I get a command point.
And I will, best day ever, finest hour, Gladiatrix.
Cool. Teclis is going to choose to cast 4 spells, and we are going to start with the Wardens in the top. Well, the only Wardens. They are going to Power Pitch. Goes off on a 6.
Yeah, I don't care, sure.
Okay. The Sentinels are going to attempt Power Pitch. That goes off on a 7.
I will attempt to stop that. Nope.
Okay. Teclis is going to cast Protection of Teclis on a 10. He is going to attempt to cast Transporting Vortex on the Sentinels.
I'm gonna try to stop this. No, I will not.
Okay. Then we will cast the Spell Portal. And then I will cast Storm of Searing White Light. So I should be able to hit Hag Queen, the sisters right there, these guys, the Avatar, Draichi Ganeth, and the Gladiator.
Sounds good.
So, Shadow Queen takes D3 for 2.
2 6-ups. Nope.
Draichi Ganeth for D6 for 2.
I'm next.
Okay, maxed out on that. Avatar of Khaine, D6 for 2.
2 5-ups.
Should have been better.
He's at 9.
So your unit of Heartrenders for D3 for 3.
6-ups. Need 1.
The sisters right next to him for D3 for 3.
There'll be 3 dead sisters.
The Hag Queen for D6 for 1.
6-ups.
Just can't get a break with the Hag. And the Gladiatrix. D6 for 4.
4 6-ups. Pass 1. We have 4.
How many ones does it have total?
2 left.
2 left. Okay. Not bad. I am going to automatically unbind.
You didn't do one with the Cathar.
Yeah, I still have the Cathalar. Cathalar will cast Total Eclipse. Goes off on a very high number. So I'm going to spend an Aether Quartz here to give the Cathalar +1. So I will pass it off onto the Heartrenders. And then this one is from the Avatar. So Total Eclipse goes off. That's going to be the end of my hero phase. So let's get into some movement. Okay, so for my movement, I move Teclis back so I can try to shoot something and maybe get some positive damage going. I retreated the Wardens. I'm kind of in a play for the double move in this particular game. I brought the Sentinels after they teleported. They're just kind of sitting on the objective. That was hero phase stuff. And the Cathalar staying in the shrine for the moment. Play for the double. I can't take her out. So, okay. On to shooting. We are going to shoot with the with Teclis' one shot, the Lunar Staff. This is going to go at the High Gladiatrix.
Sounds good.
This is one shot. So 2s and 2s. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now just start dividing. Start doing that math.
nope. Sentinels are shooting everything into High Gladiatrix. I wanted the extra point from killing it with a monster, but I care more about getting the 2 points than I do the extra point. So 10 shots going into the Gladiatrix. These are going to be hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s.
And I only have 1 command point, and I cannot.
Can't do nothing. 5s and 6s do mortals. 4s hit. We don't care about 4s. We care about 5s and 6s. 3 mortals. And no saves to make.
Alright, so
2 6-ups, right?
I need to make 2 of these 3 on 6s.
You've done it before.
And you'll be sad.
I'll be very sad. This game will be very hard for me to come back from.
No, you
No. Okay. And that is my battle tactic. Charges, I have no charges. I have no nothing.
Yeah,
So
no, not.
I hold 1. I hold 2. I do not hold more, and I hold achieve my battle tactics for 4 total points.
I do owe you some battle shocks.
You owe me some battle shock, and I would appreciate you taking them.
So the Sisters of Slaughter are currently down to a 6 because of -1 bravery, and then they lost 3. So on a 4, 5, or 6, I will lose additional. I do get to reroll this. They are fine. The Heartrenders have lost 2. They have a bravery of 7. They're -1 at 6. They do not get any rerolls, so on a 5 or 6 more will run. Yes, 1 more will run.
Okay. So, I killed your general. Not an uneventful turn. I did leave both versions of Marathi wide open, and, I don't know. I did my best. So, we are going into what feels like a pretty weighty priority roll. For this one, do you mind if I roll this on 2 dice?
Just pick the higher.
2 and a 6.
So I
feel like
the turn.
I feel like that's a good idea for you.
Yes, feels good. Feels like the right thing to do.
So, let's get rid of that one.
Sounds good. I'm going to take Ferocious Advance. I'm going to pick the Hague Queen, the unit of the Sisters of Slaughter, the 10-man, and my Heartrenders. My Blood Rights, because we're at a 3rd turn, my Blood Rights is now at +1 to hit, +1 to charge, and +1 to run. Heroic action this turn, I am going to take Finest Hour on Marathi King. Or the Shadow Queen, I apologize.
Okay. I am going to take Finest Hour on the Cathalar.
Sure. Alright, magic time. I am going to attempt to cast the nuke spell from Marathi King. It's going to go off on a 9.
Okay. The Cathalar will attempt to deny this. It is going to be +1 with the reroll. That does not do it, so let's try that sweet reroll. What was that? Sorry. No, so it does go up.
I'm going to put it into the Sentinels. This is going to be D3 for 1. I'm going to attempt to cast Mind Razor. It's going to go off on an 11.
I'm going to auto-deny that one.
Sure. And then I am going to attempt to cast Arcane Bolt.
And Teclis will attempt to deny this with +1. Yep.
I'm going to attempt to pray for Cataclysm of Murder. Moida. That is going to go off on a 4. It's going to go on to the unit of Sisters. So they will have exploding 6s.
Cool.
Witchbrew is still going to go on to these because it needs to go somewhere. Into movement.
I'm going to spend my free command point to redeploy.
Oh, yeah!
So, could be better for me. Not ideal.
So I moved my Sisters of Slaughter outside of 3, but more. It's tricky. I'm trying to balance Alex getting as few models into Marathi King as possible, to maybe keep alive for another turn, or maybe have both attack, which would be nice. Doesn't seem likely. The sisters are able to pile in 6, so they should all be able to get in. I'm going to just try to kill as many wardens here. At this point, I'm just all about taking off as much material as I can on Alex's side of the board. Shooting, this will be on 3s and 2s. Honestly, I just want to clear material at this point. I'm going to shoot the wardens. This will be a 3 and a 2. -3.
-3 puts me on an unmakeable save.
D6 for 6.
Second 6 out of that in a row. 5. Save 3 of them. So not upset about that.
Alright, Shadow Queen charge. 3. Which turns into a 4. Marathi King will charge. End of charge, I do get a monstrous action from Marathi, or the Shadow Queen. I am going to try to roar them. They are roared.
Okay. So, beginning of combat, the leader of the wardens is going to break his flask. On a 2-up, I do D3 mortal wounds. So I need a 2-up, then a 5 or a 6, and I need you to fail all your 6-ups.
Yeah.
So 2-up, 5 or 6. Come on, this will make up for the priority roll. No.
What is it?
1 wound.
6-up. No. Is that?
Yep. Up to 10 taken.
I'm going to attack first with the Shadow Queen. I am going to use my all-out attack here.
I am going to use my Aether Quartz. They are still -1 to hit.
So right, I'm just offsetting it now.
But that is it.
Because I've taken 10, I am in my second last bracket. So Hardrunner will only have 6 attacks. These will be 3s and 2s. So let's see. It will just be 3 at -2.
-2, so that goes to a 5-up save. So these are going to be 3 of them at 5-ups. Save 1.
6 damage.
So I am looking for 5-ups for the protection of Teclis. I saved 4 of them.
Not what I wanted. And then I get 2 D6 from the Crown of Serpents for 5. These will be 2s and 2s. That will be 5 in the round.
5 3-ups.
Just 1 damage.
5-up. No. So, still another guy.
And then I will get just 1 attack on the Envenom Tail.
Oh, I don't take them till the end anyway, so I can't fall out of Shining Company until the end.
This will be a 2 and a 2. -2.
-2. That takes me to a 5-up.
4 damage.
5-ups. Save 1 of them. So lose 4 total with the crown. I'm gonna pile in. So I'm going to get. I have 5 wardens that can attack. So I've got 10 attacks going into the Shadow Queen. I need some 5s and 6s here. I'm going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. So there's 4 mortals.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good enough.
5 mortals. And 1 nothing. So 5 mortals. I need you to die. I need to dodge 4 6s here.
Has it happened? Yes.
I've seen weirder things. I don't want to see it here. Okay.
Alright. I got a 6-inch pile. Okay, so this is going to be 31 attacks. It's +1 to hit, -1 to hit. +1 from my blood rights, and then -1 from Shining Company. So these will be 3s and 4s. And I have exploding 6s. 3s and 4s. Uh, 4, 8, 10. No run.
So these are going to be 3s to save. From my +1 to save Aether Quartz. And how much damage?
Just 1 each.
And I save 1 of those, so I take 2.
Didn't seem very good. So that will end my turn. I don't own any Battle Shock. I'll control 1, I will control 2, I will control more, and I will have completed my battle tactic for a total of 5.
Yeah, and then I gained 1 from killing a monster. I do have Battle Shock. Alright, so I'm going to roll for the Cathalar to see if I avoid this Battle Shock, which I don't. So I am going to then spend a command point to save them in the Battle Shock phase. So we will go into my turn. I do not gain a command point at the beginning of my turn because my general is dead.
Yeah, I will not get a command point either because my general and Rafi are both dead.
I'm going to do broken ranks on this unit you have right here. At the beginning of my hero phase, I am going to use the Aether Quartz from the Cathalar to cast a second spell of this hero phase. And the Cathalar is going to eat that. Teclis will choose to cast 4 spells this turn. For my heroic action, I am going to attempt to get a command point from the Cathalar. And I do.
I will attempt to get a command point from my Hate Queen. Nope.
So, I am going to cast the Emerald Life Swarm with Teclis. So, the Emerald Life Swarm comes down, and I'm going to get back 2 Wardens. The Cathalar is going to attempt to cast Spell Portal, which I get on a 6. And then the Cathalar will attempt to cast Darkness of the Soul, which goes off on a 7. Which I get on a 7. That's the roll whenever you try to do something spell. Wardens will attempt to cast Power of Fish. They get it on a 6. And Sentinels will attempt to cast Power of Hish, and they get it on an 8. Teclis is going to cast Protection of Teclis. Storm of Searing White Light. This will be able to hit everything. So we will start with your 2 Heart Renders. Take D3 for 1.
6 up.
Your unit of sisters back there.
Yep.
D3 for 1. Your Hag Queen. D6 for 2. The MVP of the game.
She'll take 1, she'll get 3.
The Witch Elves, nothing. And the sisters on the Wardens, nothing. And then Teclis will cast Burning Simoom. Burning Simoom, I roll for each model in a unit, and on 6 ups, they take a mortal wound. If it was cast on a 10 or more, which Teclis automatically does, it is on 5 ups. Looking for 5s here. So it is 3, 6, 7, 8 mortals.
3, 8, 6. I made 2, 6 will die.
And end of the hero phase, I will move the life swarm and heal another D3 for 2. Bringing them back. Okay. Movement. So I brought Teclis around. I want Teclis to kill the sisters to get that extra point. The Sentinels stay where they are. I'm just going to try to plink off some Witch Elves and force you into a battle shock. And nothing else moved. So we will attempt to shoot with Teclis into the sisters, and then never hit with Teclis. 9 shots into the Witch Elves. 4s, and that's 4 mortals.
4 successes.
No normal hits.
In the beginning, that'll be 4 Witch Elves.
And we will go to charges. I don't normally do this, so I'm not sure what to do. Teclis will charge for 3. I don't want the 3. Yeah, I'll use the free command point from the Cathalar from the heroic action. And reroll this. And it's another 3. So Teclis will be out there. Nothing else. So I will just pile in my 1 inch with these 2 guys and swing with 11 wardens. 22 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. 5s and 6s do mortals. Wounding on 4s. So there's going to be 2, 4, 6 saves at no rend and 5 mortals.
Okay, so these 6 saves will be on 5 ups. Any, so
11 feel no pain.
11 feel no pains. These will be 6 ups. I'm gonna make 2 9 will die.
And then I have the 2 sword attacks, which are just going to be 3s and 4s. Nothing.
Alright, so I will have 2 going back in. These will be 3s and 4s. None.
Okay. That is all I have for my turn. Battle shock. You don't have any command points to save them, right?
No, they're here.
Okay. So I will get hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and my battle tactic.
Yeah, let's just see what priority does. I guess I can get conquered pretty easily here.
I never win.
I want to be like out of my misery.
I never win a priority roll in this house.
Hero phase, I'm going to take Conquer. I'm going to check this objective. I am going to attempt to heal my Hate Queen. I will not.
I'm going to try to get a command point from the Cathalar. And I will. So I'm going to try to dispel both of my endless spells. The Life Swarm with Teclis. That is an 8, so that goes away. And then the portal with the Cathalar on a 10. And then I want to attempt to rally this unit here.
Sure.
So I have 10 left. Looking for 6s. Bring back 1 model.
So the Witch Brew is going on this unit of elves, and then I will try to get the reroll King's Blessing. And I will. Alright, into movement. So at this point, I am kind of at Hail Mary phase of the game. I am going to try to kill as many sentinels and eat this unleash hell, and then hope that I can hang on. It's not looking great, but it's my only chance. Get in on a 12, or sorry, an 11.
My last command point for the unleash hell. But I can't think of anything that makes more sense than using it right now. 10 shots, 4s and 3s. And there's 3 mortals. And 3 mortals.
3 6-ups. None.
So 3 on average. Just like we said.
So I am going to have 12 in, including the leader. This will be 37 attacks.
I'm going to use my last save, of course.
Sure. So I will have +1 to hit from my blood rights, and I'll have +1 to wound from my blood rights, and -1 to hit. 37, 3s and 3s.
Get up for it.
So 5, 10, 15 at -1.
So these are going to be 5 ups. I failed 2, 4, 6, 7. The attack backs. Hey, 2 saves to make it, no rend.
6s and 6s. I'll lose 1.
Die. Okay, so I lost 7 guys, so I'm losing D6 +2 because I have bravery 5 right now. And you know what? Roll enough of them for Teclis's shot, I should be able to get this. No, exactly as many as I need to kill the unit. And then you lost, what, 3, 4 total?
So I had, 4 total. I am 7 bravery. So anything above a 3, but I do get to reroll.
Okay.
So I'm going to get score 1, score 2, hold more, and complete my battle tactic for a total of 5. This is why you never give up.
Alright, so going into my turn, I am going to pick Conquer. I'm going to choose this objective. Teclis is going to choose Cast 4. Heroic action, I am going to attempt to get a command point with Teclis. And I do.
I'm going to try to heal the Plague Queen. Oh.
Okay. So, Teclis is going to cast the spell portal. And then Teclis is going to cast Storm of Searing White Light. Does that hit everything? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Hag, D6 for 5. Could I kill it?
It's actually really important that you kill her too. Yeah, she's.
The single model on the objective. This one's the most important to me. Weirdly. For 3. This unit of witches for D3 for 2. sisters. So that is 2. I'm going to cast Transporting Vortex. Transporting Vortex.
We're just gonna call it. Good game.
Go. So my plan. Do you want me to just talk out my turn?
Yeah, you can just talk it out.
Was to speed of Hish the wardens to I'd get them 12-inch movement, bring them out of Shining Company, so they get there. Not an unmakeable or not a super makeable charge, but and then take Teclis, bring them over, wipe them off, and get the extra point over there.
Yeah. I would have 6 models left, and I don't think those 6 would make the difference in the fact that I could maybe get 1 point next turn. Probably not, though.
It's a really close game.
Yeah, like what I find with Daughters is
you have 2
Marathi
beefy models.
Yeah, you have 2 models that will stay around for 2 to 2.5 turn or battle rounds. They'll never really make the end of 3 just because of how the game is now.
Yeah.
And if you're not like getting them into things, what's the point of having them?
I have Lumineth is so there's so many sequencing things that you can screw up, like the Aether Quartz to do an extra spell being at the beginning of the hero phase. Like I feel like I screw that up all the time where I do it as I activate heroes, which technically isn't right, or casters. But Teclis is such a huge part of this army, like points wise, that I feel like the whole thought process is like, all right, protect Teclis and just let him do what he wants to do, and hopefully things work out all right. But with my Storm of Searing White Light rolls on the first turn and the second turn were not great. Like the first turn I should have wiped off, I think I wiped off 5 models total. I should have done a lot more than that. And just, but it worked out in the end. There's a lot of strength in this book still. I mean, the rumor is that a new book's coming out shortly, so I want to get these on the table a little bit and kind of last hurrah the book.
There's just so many good things that the army does that. So you had 70 wounds on the table.
77, yeah.
But between -1s, 5-ups, pluses to save, multiple pluses to save, you save stack like heroes do without having to be a hero. Right.
Well, and you can get around being roared, which is one of my favorite things. Is I can still get +1 to save.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
how cool would it have been if I broke the flask and killed Marathi? I know it wouldn't have been your favorite thing.
No.
I know it would have been your favorite thing, but like, what an awesome move that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems very hard when there's not a good way. You don't have a wizard with any pluses to unbind. It's so hard to consistently roll 10s to stop anything.
Yeah.
And if you're not rolling good unbindings, you're just going to get everything off. And the army's still really good. It's just elite, and it's Sentinels are more expensive than they used to be, so they're not as spammable. But
yeah, this list lost 10 wardens and gained Lifeswarm and the cogs, which I never cast. But
as crazy as it seems, I think if you aren't able to goading arrogance, I win the game.
Oh yeah, that with Marathi getting goading arrogance on Marathi was.
She would have done enough to really just because with the +2 attacks and she hits pretty decently, she would have done enough to just the Sentinels to make them not as impactful, which just changes the course of the game. I really wish I could have not let them teleport out, kept them in there too.
The goading arrogance in a book full of feel bad rules, goading arrogance is like one of the worst.
So bad.
It is.
And I thought when I rolled my 11 I was outside it. I should have measured, but I don't think I could have gotten any further with my charge. I think that was as far as I could have got.
Yeah, to not get Teclis in for an Unleash Hell, and at the same time, or no, I that was when I had Sentinels.
Yeah, it was just because Unleash Hell is one thing Rafi doesn't really care about, because you're gonna get 3 wounds on her one way or the other. It's just how much she can do and back.
It only matters bottom of turn 3 or bottom of turn 2 and onward.
I want to go into an army with Sister so far. I've played Nighthaunt and I've played Lumineth. Against Nighthaunt, the Rend and the charging, it's good because of quantity attacks, but the Rend doesn't do anything. And then against Lumineth, you restrict me so hard on like getting good attacks because I don't have enough command points to like do all out attacks. You boost up your defense so much that like -1 Rend doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then on the backswing, this army just wilts on the backswing all the time.
I was really excited about getting a Triumph, and I didn't use it.
Yeah. I could have used that Triumph. That would have been, I need to get the low 1995.
Yeah. But a really good game otherwise.
Yeah, no, it was
Way
good. I mean, we
closer.
basically got to the 5th turn, which we, in a lot of games I've seen lately, haven't been going that far.
Yeah, I expected to get just wiped out with how crazy restricted my list building felt. You know, only bringing really a handful of bodies. But I rolled pretty good on some of my saves too.
And everything kind of averages out. Ideally what would have happened was when I first made that charge with my first batch of witch elves that did no damage and then completely fell over to your backswing.
Yeah.
Like if I could have done some effective damage that turn and taken off your general, that would have been insane.
Yeah.
But
ideally for me, turn 1, if I could kill your Gladiatrix and your Hag Queen or whatever she's called, with my spell, and then I don't know, do something else that's cool. but that would be the most ridiculous rolls. But I really wanted, like, the first turn felt like such a deflating, like, oh, I'm definitely behind for sure now. And then you double me. I cannot win a priority roll at this house. I don't know what it is, but the last like 4 games I have not won a priority roll, or if I have, it's been in like garbage time. But yeah, super close game.
I would really like. So far I've ran Doc. I ran one time with 10 both snakes, but mainly witch elves and sisters. And I would almost like to not run Rafi and get a couple. I don't have the Cauldron of Bloods right now. They seem like nice like strengtheners to the army that like kind of boost, and maybe they stay around like a little longer where you're not like throwing them in. But the army's really good. I've only played them twice. I'm sure I'm not doing everything right. And then on top of that, I'm not used to playing glass cannons. I usually play like more tanky stuff. So
yeah, and when for me, I do want to eventually get like pull Teclis from the list. I've got Stone Guard that
I think you should just wait for the next
ready
book.
to go.
Yeah.
I've got Stone Guard, Wind Chargers. Oh, I got all of them. And I can't wait to play them a little more. So Teclis might go in I don't know, what is Teclis going in a briefcase? It'll just go away. And
he's going to cast 4 spells on 11 next time around.
Yeah, I believe it. So,
alright, everybody, thanks again for joining in. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. Be that 1,000th subscriber. Make our day.
4 away.
Make our day. Maybe we're even at 1,000. We haven't checked. Please comment, subscribe, smash that like button, as the kids would say. If you're feeling especially generous,
you date yourself so hard.
If you're feeling especially generous, please, feel free to donate to Patreon. We have some benefits, and definitely join us in Discord. Our Discord is growing. Constant conversations. AoS is super exciting right now. We got 2 new books coming out. We have a new General's Handbook. there's going to be tons to talk about. I'm sure we'll get a podcast out next week. So, yeah, continue to stay with us. We got a celebrity on our hands now that Nick's on Warhammer Weekly. And, yeah, stay with us for the ride. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.